Have you ever felt like New York City has just too much to see and do? Well, you're in luck. In this video, we'll be breaking down the 10 best attractions and activities to add to your New York City bucket list for 2024. We've got the iconic must-sees, as well as a few hidden gems that you might have missed on previous visits. So let's dive right in and discover the top 10 things to do in NYC for the new year. Number 1. Vintage Car Tour of Manhattan. You can sit on a crowded tour bus, or you can be guided through the city in a 1930s Hudson 8. The decision is pretty easy, don't you think? Hop into this classic American sports car and get ready to feel like a celebrity for the next 50 minutes. As you cruise through the streets of Manhattan, you'll get a unique glimpse into the city's past, with your knowledgeable guide sharing stories about the car's history and the old-school gambling scene that once dominated Times Square. It's a one-of-a-kind experience that will have you feeling like you've stepped back in time. Plus, you'll be the center of attention, with passersby waving and snapping photos as you go. It's the perfect way to see the city in style. Number 2. NYC Architecture Cruise. New York City has dozens of boat tours, but none quite like the official NYC Architecture Cruise. This is your chance to explore the city's impressive skyline from the water, guided by a real-life architect who will share insights into the history and design of the iconic buildings lining the waterfront. You'll travel around the entire island of Manhattan, passing under 18 bridges and getting a behind-the-scenes look at the city's unique architecture. From the towering skyscrapers of Midtown to the hidden gems of the Harlem River, this intimate cruise experience will leave you with a newfound appreciation for the Big Apple's built environment. As you glide along the water, you'll be able to admire the city's skyline from a completely different vantage point, and your knowledgeable guide will bring the buildings to life with their expert commentary. Number 3. Observation deck hopping. As a first-time tourist, there's a lot of pressure to visit one of New York City's famous observation decks. Well, we've got you covered. In a previous video, the team visited all 5 of the city's major observation decks in a single day, so you can decide which one is the perfect fit for your visit. Whether you're looking for the highest views, the most unique experiences, or just stunning panoramas of the Manhattan skyline, each observation deck has special something to offer. The personal favorite, the Summit One Vanderbilt, is an indoor attraction with mirrored rooms and optional outdoor access for the best of both worlds. From the unparalleled views of One World Observatory to the glass floor thrills of the Edge, you'll be spoiled for choice when it comes to the city's observation decks. Number 4. Broadway Show. Broadway is the world's most famous theater district, and it's a cannot-miss experience when you're in New York City. Even as a local, people get excited every time they have the chance to see a new show. The team recently booked tickets to see MJ the Musical, and let us tell you, the choreography and music were on point. From classic musicals to cutting-edge plays, remakes of old movies, and everything in between, there's something for every theater lover on Broadway. So be sure to check out the latest shows and book your tickets in advance. Trust us, it's an experience you won't want to miss. Whether you're a fan of musical theater, dramas, or comedies, Broadway has it all, with some of the best actors, dancers, and musicians in the world gracing the stage. Number 5. The Metropolitan Museum of Art. The Met is the largest art museum in the Americas, and it's a true must-see destination for any visit to New York City. With over 3 million visitors each year, it's a place you could easily spend an entire day exploring. But we've got a pro tip for you. If you go to this museum, then you must see exhibits like the Temple of Dender and works by famous artists like Van Gogh, Rembrandt, and Vermeer. And if you're a true art lover, consider booking a guided tour to get the inside scoop from a local expert. From ancient Egyptian artifacts to cutting-edge contemporary pieces, the Met's collection is truly world-class, and it's a cultural experience you won't want to miss. Number 6. Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. The Statue of Liberty is probably the most famous attraction in the city, and for good reason. Taking the ferry over to Liberty Island and seeing the iconic statue up close is a truly special experience that can give you goosebumps. Now, we will note that visiting the statue in Ellis Island will take up at least half a day of your time, so it may not be worth it if you have very limited time in the city. But if you can budget the time, it's well worth it. especially if you can book a ticket to go inside the crown, which offers a once-in-a-lifetime view. As you approach the statue, you'll be able to imagine the millions of immigrants who saw it as a symbol of hope and opportunity when they first arrived in the United States. Number 7. American Museum of Natural History. New York City is home to world-class art museums, but it also boasts one of the best history and science museums in the world, the American Museum of Natural History. Maybe you recognize the iconic facade from the Night at the Museum movies, but trust us, there's so much more to this place than just the backdrop. From massive dinosaur fossils to the 21,000-pound model of a blue whale, this museum is a treasure trove of fascinating exhibits that will captivate both kids and adults alike. And don't miss the brand new Gilder Center Wing, with its breathtaking architecture and immersive experiences. Whether you're interested in paleontology, astronomy, or the natural world, this museum has something to spark your curiosity and inspire your sense of wonder. Number 8. Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum. For all the history buffs out there, the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum is a must-visit destination. This decommissioned aircraft carrier served in the Pacific during World War II and has some incredible stories to tell. You'll come face-to-face with historic aircraft, a prototype of the Space Shuttle Enterprise, and even have the chance to explore the inside of a former submarine, the Growler. If you have an interest in military history, this museum is a fantastic choice that will give you a completely different perspective on New York City. As you wander the decks of the Intrepid, you'll be able to imagine the sailors and pilots who once called this ship home, and the battles it endured during its service. Number 9. Five Bridges Bike Tour. If you want to see New York City from a completely different perspective, the Five Bridges Bike Tour is the answer. Led by a native New Yorker, this guided e-bike tour will have you cycling over 5 iconic bridges, including the Williamsburg, Manhattan, and Brooklyn bridges. Even if you're not the most confident bike rider, the e-bikes make it a breeze to navigate the city streets. You'll discover neighborhoods you might not have visited otherwise and capture unique photos and perspectives that no other tour can offer. It's a fantastic way to experience New York's iconic landmarks and hidden gems. As you pedal across the bridges, you'll be treated to stunning views of the Manhattan skyline and the surrounding boroughs. Number 10. Yankee Stadium. A trip to Yankee Stadium is a true New York experience. Now, here's a little secret the Yankees don't advertise too much. You can bring your own food into the stadium for individual consumption, so you can save some money by stopping at a local bodega or deli. But even if the team isn't having the best season, it's still a fun time, especially if you sit in the bleachers for a more lively vibe. And don't forget to check out the Yankees Museum inside, which is free and has some incredible memorabilia on display. Whether you're a die-hard Yankees fan or just looking for a quintessential New York experience, a visit to Yankee Stadium is a must-do. There you have it, the top 10 things to do in New York City for 2024. From iconic landmarks to unique experiences, this list has something for every type of traveler. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest travel adventures. Where will you be heading in NYC first?